Welcome to the CompTIA A+ Prepcast presented by baremetalcyber.com. Before we begin reviewing the glossary terms in this episode, it is worth taking a moment to recognize that learning a new technical certification is a bit like learning a new language. The terminology used throughout the A+ certification can sometimes feel unfamiliar at first, especially if you are new to the field. That is completely normal. Many of these terms will appear again and again in later episodes, often without much explanation. So taking time to become familiar with the vocabulary now can make the rest of your study journey much smoother. You do not have to memorize everything on the first listen. These glossary episodes are here for you to return to at any time. As you move through topics like hardware components, command line tools, or security protocols, you may find that certain terms come up again in context. When that happens, you can always revisit this episode for a clearer understanding. Treat this glossary as a supportive foundation, something you can build on as your confidence grows. Let's begin reviewing the selected terms, starting with the letter group covered in this episode. GSM stands for Global System for Mobile Communications. It is a standard developed for mobile networks that uses SIM cards to identify users and supports wide international compatibility. GSM networks use time division multiple access for voice and data transmission. GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. It allows users to interact with software using visual elements like icons, windows, and buttons rather than text-based commands. Operating systems like Windows and Mac OS rely heavily on GUI design for usability. GUID stands for Globally Unique Identifier. It is a unique reference number used in software development and system configuration to identify objects, installations, or records without duplication. GUIDs are typically presented as long hexadecimal strings. HAL stands for Hardware Abstraction Layer. It is a layer of software that allows the operating system to communicate with hardware devices in a standardized way. HAL enables compatibility across different hardware platforms without rewriting the OS. HAV stands for Hardware Assisted Virtualization. It is a technology built into modern CPUs that improves the performance and efficiency of virtual machines. HAV allows hypervisors to offload some functions directly to the hardware level. HCL stands for Hardware Compatibility List. It is a list maintained by an operating system vendor detailing which hardware components are tested and certified to work with that OS. Consulting the HCL helps ensure stability and support when building or upgrading systems. HDCP stands for High Bandwidth Digital Content Protection. It is a form of digital copy protection used with HDMI and other digital interfaces to prevent unauthorized duplication of video content. Devices must support HDCP to play protected media correctly. HDD stands for Hard Disk Drive. It is a traditional storage device that uses spinning magnetic platters to store data persistently. Although slower than solid-state drives, HDDs offer higher capacity at a lower cost per gigabyte. HDMI stands for High Definition Multimedia Interface. It is a digital interface used to transmit high-quality audio and video between devices like computers, monitors, and televisions. HDMI cables support both video and multi-channel audio in one connection. HSM stands for Hardware Security Module. It is a physical device used to securely manage digital keys and perform cryptographic operations. HSMs are commonly used in enterprise environments to protect sensitive encryption processes and certificate management. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the standard language used to structure and present content on the web, including text, images, and links. Web browsers interpret HTML code to display websites to users. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is the protocol used for transmitting web pages over the Internet. HTTP defines how messages are formatted and transmitted between clients and web servers. HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It is the encrypted version of HTTP that uses SSL or TLS to secure data between a client and a server. HTTPS protects sensitive information like login credentials and payment details. I/O stands for Input/Output. It describes the communication between a computer and external devices, such as keyboards, monitors, and hard drives. Efficient I/O management is crucial for system performance and usability. ICR stands for Intelligent Character Recognition. It is an advanced form of optical character recognition that can read and interpret handwritten characters. ICR is often used in automated data entry applications. IDE stands for Integrated Drive Electronics. It is an older interface standard for connecting storage devices like hard drives and optical drives to a motherboard. IDE has largely been replaced by newer standards such as SATA. IDS stands for Intrusion Detection System. It is a security tool used to monitor network traffic or system activity for suspicious behavior. IDS solutions can alert administrators when potential threats or policy violations are detected. IEEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. It is a professional organization that develops and maintains technical standards, including many used in networking, such as IEEE 802.11 for wireless networking. IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. It is an email protocol that allows clients to access and manage messages stored on a mail server. Unlike POP3, IMAP leaves messages on the server, allowing access from multiple devices. IOPS stands for Input-Output Operations per Second. It is a performance measurement used to evaluate the speed of storage devices like hard drives and solid-state drives. Higher IOPS values indicate better performance in data-intensive applications. IP stands for Internet Protocol. It is the principal communications protocol that defines how data is sent and received across networks. Each device on a network is assigned an IP address to uniquely identify it and facilitate routing. IPS stands for Intrusion Prevention System. It is a security mechanism that not only detects malicious activity, like an intrusion detection system, but also actively blocks or prevents it. IPS solutions are typically placed in line with network traffic to stop threats in real time. IPsec stands for Internet Protocol Security. It is a suite of protocols used to secure IP communications through authentication, encryption, and integrity checking. IPsec is commonly used in virtual private networks to protect data in transit. IR stands for Infrared. It is a wireless technology that uses infrared light waves to transmit data between devices over short distances. IR is used in remote controls, some older mobile devices, and point-to-point communication setups. IRP stands for Incident Response Plan. It is a documented strategy outlining how an organization will detect, respond to, and recover from security incidents. An effective IRP includes roles, communication procedures, and post-incident analysis. ISO stands for International Organization for Standardization. It is a global body that develops and publishes international standards across many industries, including technology and information security. Standards like ISO 27001 are critical in cybersecurity frameworks. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. It is a company that provides customers with access to the Internet through various technologies such as cable, fiber, or wireless. ISPs often offer additional services like email hosting or DNS resolution. ITX stands for Information Technology Extended. It is a family of motherboard form factors smaller than ATX, including Mini, Nano, and Pico variants. ITX boards are often used in compact systems or embedded devices. IaaS stands for Infrastructure as a Service. It is a cloud computing model where users rent virtualized hardware resources such as servers, storage, and networking. IaaS allows organizations to scale infrastructure on demand without maintaining physical hardware. IoT stands for Internet of Things. It refers to the network of physical devices embedded with sensors and connectivity that collect and exchange data. Examples of IoT devices include smart thermostats, wearable fitness trackers, and industrial sensors. IRDA stands for Infrared Data Association. It refers to a group of standards for wireless infrared communication between devices over short distances. IRDA was commonly used in early laptops, PDAs, and mobile phones before Bluetooth became widespread. KB stands for kilobyte. It is a unit of digital data equal to 1024 bytes, commonly used to measure small file sizes or memory capacity. The term is often seen in documentation for software and storage devices. KVM stands for keyboard, video, and mouse. It refers to a switch that allows a user to control multiple computers using a single keyboard, monitor, and mouse. KVM switches are frequently used in server rooms or multi-system work environments. LAN stands for Local Area Network. It is a network that connects computers and devices within a limited geographical area, such as a home, office, or building. LANs are typically faster and more secure than wide-area networks. LC stands for Lucent Connector. It is a type of small form-factor fiber optic connector commonly used in high-density network environments. LC connectors are known for their compact size and reliable connection. LCD stands for Liquid Crystal Display. It is a flat-panel display technology used in monitors, televisions, and mobile devices. LCD screens use a backlight and liquid crystals to produce images with low power consumption. LDAP stands for Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. It is a protocol used to access and manage directory services, such as user and device information, over a network. LDAP is often used in corporate environments for authentication and user management. LED stands for Light Emitting Diode. It is a semiconductor light source used in display panels, indicators, and lighting systems. LEDs are energy efficient and long-lasting, making them common in both consumer and enterprise technology. MAC stands for Media Access Control. It refers to a unique identifier assigned to a network interface card, used for communication within a local network. AMAC address operates at Layer 2 of the OSI model and is essential for Ethernet-based networking. MAM stands for Mobile Application Management. It is a security strategy that focuses on controlling access to and usage of business applications on mobile devices. MAM is often part of larger mobile device management systems used in enterprise settings. MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network. It is a network that spans a city or large campus, connecting multiple buildings or facilities within a metropolitan area. MANs are larger than local area networks but smaller than wide area networks. MBR stands for Master Boot Record. It is a special type of boot sector found on the first sector of a storage device, containing information about partitions and the system bootloader. MBR has been widely replaced by GPT in modern systems due to its limitations. MDM stands for Mobile Device Management. It is a centralized platform used to monitor, configure, and secure mobile devices within an organization. MDM solutions help enforce policies, deploy apps, and manage access to corporate data. MFA stands for Multi-Factor Authentication. It is a security process that requires users to provide 2 or more forms of verification before gaining access to a system. These factors typically include something you know, something you have, or something you are. MFD stands for Multi-Function Device. It refers to a piece of hardware that combines several functions such as printing, scanning, copying, and faxing into one unit. MFDs are common in office environments and help reduce hardware footprints. MFP stands for Multifunction Printer. It is a specific type of multifunction device that integrates printing with additional capabilities like scanning and copying. MFPs are essential in shared office settings and support both wired and wireless connectivity. MMC stands for Microsoft Management Console. It is a framework in Windows that hosts administrative tools called snap-ins, allowing system administrators to manage hardware, software, and network components. MMC provides a unified interface for various system management tasks. MOS stands for Metal Oxide Semiconductor. It refers to a key technology used in the fabrication of integrated circuits, especially in CPUs and memory chips. MOS components are central to the function of modern digital electronics. MOU stands for Memorandum of Understanding. It is a formal agreement between parties that outlines shared intentions or responsibilities without being legally binding. In IT contexts, MOUs are often used to define collaboration between organizations. MSDS stands for Material Safety Data Sheet. It is a document that provides detailed information on the handling, storage, and hazards of chemical substances. In IT environments, MSDS documents are important when dealing with components like batteries or printer toner. MSRA stands for Microsoft Remote Assistance. It is a Windows feature that allows users to invite a trusted person to view or control their computer remotely for support purposes. MSRA is useful in help desk scenarios and remote troubleshooting. MX stands for Mail Exchange. It refers to a type of DNS record that specifies the mail server responsible for receiving email on behalf of a domain. MX records are essential for routing email messages correctly on the Internet. NAC stands for Network Access Control. It is a security technique that enforces policies on devices seeking to join a network, ensuring they meet specific compliance standards. NAC systems can restrict, allow, or quarantine devices based on their status. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It is a method used by routers to allow multiple devices on a private network to share a single public IP address. NAT improves security and conserves the limited number of available public IP addresses. NDA stands for Non-Disclosure Agreement. It is a legal contract that obligates parties to keep certain information confidential. In IT, NDAs are common when dealing with proprietary technologies, internal documentation, or sensitive business processes. NetBIOS stands for Network Basic Input-Output System. It is an older protocol used for communication on local networks, particularly in Windows environments. NetBIOS supports file sharing, printer access, and name resolution over a local network. NetBT stands for NetBIOS over TCP/IP. It is a protocol that allows NetBIOS services to be used on top of TCP/IP networks. NetBT helps provide compatibility for legacy applications and systems that rely on NetBIOS. NFC stands for Near Field Communication. It is a short-range wireless communication technology used for contactless payments, identity verification, and data exchange. NFC works over a few centimeters and is often found in smartphones and payment terminals. NFS stands for Network File System. It is a protocol that allows files to be shared and accessed over a network as if they were located on a local drive. NFS is commonly used in Unix and Linux environments for remote storage access. NIC stands for Network Interface Card. It is a hardware component that allows a computer or device to connect to a network. NICs can be wired or wireless and operate at different speeds depending on the network standard. NTFS stands for New Technology File System. It is the default file system used by modern Windows operating systems. NTFS supports large volumes, file permissions, encryption, and journaling for improved data integrity. NVMe stands for Non-Volatile Memory Express. It is a high-speed storage protocol designed for solid-state drives connected over the PCI Express bus. NVMe offers faster data transfer and lower latency compared to older protocols like SATA. OCR stands for Optical Character Recognition. It is a technology used to convert printed or handwritten text into digital characters that a computer can interpret. OCR is commonly used in document scanning and data extraction applications. OLED stands for Organic Light Emitting Diode. It is a display technology that produces its own light using organic compounds, offering deeper blacks and better contrast than traditional LCD displays. OLED screens are used in smartphones, televisions, and high-end monitors. ONT stands for Optical Network Terminal. It is a device used in fiber optic networks to convert optical signals into electrical signals for use by home or business networking equipment. ONTs are typically installed as part of fiber-to-the-premises internet service. That completes our review of acronyms E through M for the A+ certification. As you continue working through the Prepcast, you will encounter many of these terms again in various contexts, including cloud computing, file systems, authentication, and network communication. Taking the time to build comfort with this terminology now will make later topics easier to absorb and connect. Remember, you can always return to this glossary episode as a reference whenever you need a quick refresher. Thank you for listening. Please visit baremetalcyber.com for more cybersecurity information, podcasts, books, and more.